Hi, everybody. I'm really thrilled to be here, and I really appreciate Laura coming on after her. My abs feel good. My body feels good. I feel ready to speak to all of you. So I'm going to talk today about how to have tools to empower people. Now, we've been listening. Oops, excuse me. I went really fast. This is really... I want to ask you guys, do you ever end your day or end a week and think, wow, I am so drained? You're not alone. There have been numerous studies since 2022 where managers of small businesses, which include healthcare providers, have shown that they report anywhere from 25 to 40% of their work time spent dealing with drama or conflict within their teams. Now, what does that look like? Oh, you guys, I'm not doing this very well, but it can be gossip, negativity. It can be somebody who doesn't feel confident in what they're doing, or we all know that a lot of small businesses, especially in healthcare, are having trouble being fully staffed. That's been talked about today earlier. There could be just people feeling that they're not being heard and they're getting resentment. And then sometimes there's just that underlying thoughts, or the person who's showing passive-aggressive behavior. And it matters because it causes such a cost to the individuals in the practice and to the practice itself. There's time, there's turnover, the stress, and then there's the patients are experiencing often. You might think it's being hidden, but they can pick up the vibrations. They come in, they don't feel good there. But here's what's so interesting that you might not know. These patterns of drama, they're predictable. The way that people are reacting is being done in a certain way. And because of that, we can map it out. Has anybody here ever heard of the drama triangle? So way back in the 80s, it was started to talk about where people, and we do this in all of our relationships, we can be a victim, or we can be a rescuer, or we can be a persecutor. And actually, even in the same conflict, you as an individual might go between these things. And I know I was the fixer for most of my life. The good thing about being able to look at this drama triangle is that when we can start defining things, then we can start getting to the root cause. Later on, there was a second person who, David Emerald, who in 2005, he started talking about this. Well, why don't we transform how these people are reacting? Because we have this information of what's going on. And so he suggested that the victim can now become a creator. The persecutor can become a challenger. And the rescuer can become a coach. And so that's where the transformation can happen, where these roles get changed and the people actually learn how to be empowered. So in the workshop that goes along with learning about this, the creator, they're learning problem-solving skills. The coach is learning how to listen. And every single person in this room can do better when they feel that they're heard and they're seen. And the challenger, instead of just complaining, blaming, they can start asking questions about how we can have more clarity about what's happening. So in the workshop, with me, what we do is we take a real problem that's happening in your practice, and we go through and we look at each of these things and we see where it can be transformed. Through personal awareness and self-reflection, we can notice, first of all, where we personally tend to slip into. And sometimes it's really related to the job that you have. You know, office managers want to solve problems. But the other thing that is so powerful when we look into these dynamics with these models is we can start understanding what our personal triggers are. It's been said already today. We're reacting to the situation. We're reacting to a person with our own 60,000 thoughts, the way that we've been looking at things. And so workshopping and going through these steps and actually looking at it allows us to understand what my triggers are, because as Laura just said, we can only change ourselves. And then from that, we can actually maybe start healing ourselves. But during the practice of going through these two models with a real problem that you personally have, you start to have compassion not only for yourself, but for your team. And you also develop skills that you can use not only in this one incident, but it becomes a way of being. So the self-awareness is the transformation way to get to resolution. We reflect and identify the current issues that are most important to you. You know, drama wastes time, it drains everyone, and it erodes trust. It erodes trust amongst the people in your team, but it also erodes trust with your patients. And they're gonna maybe find a new place to go to. An empowered team creates wonderful working culture. And the best thing about learning these skills is that all of your relationships will be benefited by it. The transformation comes into you, and you become the person that you always wanted to be. So thank you very much.